Development and population growth has given the government more responsibility to ensure proper alignment with global trends. In the improvement of road network, expansion of road lanes, road markings and other safety measures to guarantee the safety of motorists and pedestrians. They indeed are making constant efforts. But with all the government is doing, are the road users and pedestrians using the facilities as they should? Or perhaps they do not know how to use them? Welcome to Road Matters. I am Fatima Umar. Stay tuned as we look at pedestrians' right of way.
Roads are constructed for their socio-economic benefits. When roads are being constructed by government, various factors are put into consideration, including human population. Safety measures are also considered. These include pedestrian bridges, lanes, and road signs. This is to ensure safety of pedestrians. Unfortunately, many drivers are ignorant of the rights of the pedestrian. Likewise, most pedestrians.
It's attitude, and negative attitude for that matter. Negative to the extent that it's a default, a major default, and by extension, indiscipline of the highest order. Nigerians, by our attitude and culture, and because of the effect of militarization, it has become almost a norm that we have to be compelled to do certain things.
That bridge is not made for human beings, it's made for animals. Because if the government wants to make it for human beings, they will make a strict instruction on this particular pedestrian bridge. There should be a civil defense or a police guiding this pedestrian bridge. Moreover, some women get scared to climb up the pedestrian bridge because they snatch their bag and their phones. If it's secure, everybody will use it. The government are spending money every day, collecting money, using money unnecessary, putting all these barbed wires, and they are not making of it. The people are spoiling it, and they are watching. So basically, I think the fault, I didn't see any fault, I see the fault of the government.
I prefer to use the bridge than to cross, because most times, like on this road, I've seen like several accidents of people like trying to cross and then they just die. Maybe a car like eat them down, all of that. So for me, for my safety, I rather use the bridge, not minding the time, than crossing the road.
Because of there's no securities, the bad boys do hang around the corner. Maybe if they discover that somebody is passing with some items, they can just follow the person and snatch the thing and go away with it. So that's the risk about the pedestrian bridge.
This bridge is very safe for people to cross. If people want to cross, there is many people that motor used to jam them. The reason of this bridge is saving people. So there is nothing that I will say now because of this bridge. I like it so much.
The pedestrian bridge, to go there is risking your life, risking your properties and everything. Many people have lost their phone. Many people have lost some valuable properties, even their handbag, because hoodlums, bad boys, used to hang on there. And especially this pedestrian bridge, this particular pedestrian bridge now. You know, the other part of it was done because of the people that uses wheelchair and other things, the disabled. But that side now they are now using, currently if you go there, you see all manner of physics, all manner oozing smell from that place. People are using it as toilets. People are using it as a urinary. So passing there has become a problem. Not just build a pedestrian bridge and abandon it and think it will now be maintaining itself. No, government has to maintain it. Government has to be there. Government has to put street lights on top of the pedestrian bridge so that people making use of it in the evening can still make use of it. At night can still make use of it.
In the past, for example, from my experience in Lagos, when they were not used, some military men were stationed there to be guiding and directed them. Where they refused to comply with the instruction, they were immediately punished there. And we discovered that they use it frequently since then. For example, some of them were made to hold their ears and be frog jumping for a long time before they are released. And it serves a lot of deterrent for people.
The reason why people don't use the pedestrian bridge is because someone like me who is phobia with height, I don't like using it, and that's the reason. Because once I'm on top, like I am on the pedestrian bridge, I'll just be feeling like I'm going to fall down. And then sometimes, the kind of bridge we do in Nigeria these days, where the thing is shaking, you don't know when it will collapse. So that's some of the reasons why people prefer to walk, to cross the road, which is even more dangerous than the pedestrian bridge. Because people felt it's better to cross the road that is not safer than the bridge that you don't even know how it's being constructed.
Are there laws guiding the right of pedestrians? Can pedestrians legally take it up when these rights are violated? What are the penalties? Let's look at such laws prevalent in the Republic of China.
In Nigeria, there are places that are specifically marked for this. It's just like we know. We drive on the left side of the road. That is when you drive. For those who are using the road without driving through any of these mechanical means I have just mentioned, what we have always told people is that they walk against the vehicle so that you could be able to see the upcoming vehicle as you walk. So in such cases, places are created for them to be able to have easy access in terms of walking. If you look at the creation of pedestrian bridges, you will discover that these bridges are always constructed at a point where underneath you have a park for taxis. That means whatever taxi that is coming from other end, he gets to under the foot of the bridge, drop the person there. As you are dropping out of the vehicle, you are stepping onto the bridge, and then you cross to the other end. At the other end, you also have a point right beneath it there, where another taxi can pick you if you want to join another vehicle to somewhere. But unfortunately, the taxi drivers do not drop people at that point, at the point provided for vehicles. They drop them probably at the junction. And we don't put pedestrian bridges directly at the junction. We take it a little away from it so that there will be provision for vehicles to be able to stop, pick. If you put it at the junction, there are possibilities of road accidents, because those are areas where you could have other vehicles driving in and out from that point. So we shift it away. But out of laziness, I'm sorry to use this word, foolishness sometimes, people find it difficult to walk just a pole away from the junction to the pedestrian bridge. Also because we do not have values for our lives. Values for life. Because if I'm going to run across a highway and expose myself to danger, to upcoming vehicles that are doing 100 kilometers per hour, some stupidly do 120, 130 within the city center per hour, and then I think that I can be smart enough to run across that road. I mean, that is foolishness. Which is better? Is it running yourself into death or managing yourself through the pedestrian and then crossing to the other way? It's just like when you are walking on the road and then you need to cross from one part of the road to the other side of the road. We have what we call zebra crossing. These are places that are specifically meant for pedestrians to be able to cross from one point to the other. But unfortunately, usually, the law has it that once the pedestrian steps on that point, every other vehicle is meant to stop and allow them have the access of running from one end of the road to the other end. But unfortunately, that is not properly put into use there. That is not because the road safety have not been doing the much they have to do, but attitudes. Nigerians believe that those of them who are walking on the road do not have a better right of way like the motorists themselves. But the answer is no. Reasons why these areas are created is to ensure that as human beings, those who are not probably riding on a tricycle, bicycle, or driving on a motor car should be able to have a very convenient way of passage. The kind of problems we have now is that is why I attributed it to attitude and indiscipline. Now, provisions that are made for these pedestrians to use, sometimes as a result of some little hitches, little hold-ups on the road, particularly the taxi drivers, they tend to take out to that part and quickly access themselves to the other end of the road, which is completely abnormal. So what we do in road safety is that in most cases we try to allow our men to take over these areas and do what we call route lining. Route lining means where intermittently, particularly at every pole, you see one road safety officer or the other standing there trying to prevent the areas that are not supposed to be used by vehicles not to be used, allowing the pedestrians to have the right of the usage of the road. Like somebody showed something, I saw it on the social media, and then this turkey, turkey birds, some birds were walking across the road. They got to a pedestrian bridge, a zebra cross. As soon as the turkey steps onto the pedestrian the zebra crossing, every other vehicle stopped. The vehicle stopped and allowed them to walk through the road. These animals, these are just birds, not even human beings. But here in Nigeria, if you like, even if you are 20 and then you are walking, you walk straight onto the zebra crossing, every other vehicle is coming, except for a few ones that will understand, they will want to run you off. If you check around our roads, most especially around this area, you'll see that the government has even gone to the extent of ensuring that the barricade between the two roads, this way and the other way, to forestall the use of Nigerians running across the road. But they still go out there and then use whatever means at night, cut off all those things to create ways for themselves to run. So, I don't know. Pedestrian bridges in the first place are supposed to have lights. The street lights are supposed to flash through those pedestrian bridges so that from distance you can assess and spot whatever is happening on them. If it is not illuminated enough, is a problem. And we call on the government too to also ensure that that place or those places are illuminated properly at all times, particularly at night. That is one. Two, having securities placed there at all times is not the point. But there must be a law that says simply nobody must stop or stand on the pedestrian bridge. you walk through. You must keep moving. That is how it is in most advanced countries. You don't stop there, you don't do anything there. The business you have with that place is just to walk through and cross over, which takes you less than 2-3 minutes. You are done with that. Now, if somebody is robbing somebody on the bridge and some other person has spotted the person at that point, nothing stops from you calling on the security agencies immediately to come to the rescue of whoever is there.
Clearly, pedestrian safety requires a multi-pronged approach that contains smart and inclusive road signs. Effective enforcement of traffic regulations and improved road safety education can also make a real difference, and countless lives are saved.
When crossing the zebra sign, some drivers will shout at you to get away from the road. This is because they do not know is your right of way. Where are all pedestrians at any given day? At a minimum, we begin and end most trips on foot. Yet, due to lack of attention, pedestrians are at risk. We watched the video on how China is working to tackle the problem. In Nigeria, radical creative moves are being initiated to ensure safety on the road. Recently, O2 Academy in Lagos created a 3D zebra crossing to force drivers to stop for pedestrians.
The problem. The hit-and-run menace accounts for 38% of motor accidents in Nigeria, and the numbers are rising at an alarming rate. A higher percentage of these victims are school kids, and the major reason for this is reckless motorists who have no regard for zebra crossings. Solution. The students of O2 Academy Lagos embarked on a social community project to solve the problem of hit-and-run. How? We located the school on a busy street and painted a 3D zebra crossing in front of its main entrance, the first of its kind in Nigeria. The optical illusion of the 3D design from the driver's perspective is an obstacle, while from the pedestrian perspective is flat. The effect. Within the first 24 hours of execution, we observed that motorists were puzzled by the lifelike design of the zebra crossing, which led them to slow down and stop their cars, allowing school kids as well as adult pedestrians to cross the street with ease of mind. And so, as a creative school, we creatively solve the problem by controlling the drivers, since we can't control the kids.
Want to know more about this creative innovation and how it came about?
The 3D zebra crossing is the first of its kind in Nigeria. So the concept is that the optical illusion of the 3D design from the driver's perspective makes the zebra crossing appear as an obstacle, while from the pedestrian's perspective, it is flat. So this illusion makes the drivers slow down and stop their cars, allowing pedestrians their right of way to cross the road. Now, this is a concept that rides on what we call design thinking in advertising and brand communications world. Our students had learned to solve problems and simply create solutions through, of course, the apt guidance of their resident instructors. And they came up with the 3D zebra crossing to tackle the hit and run menace, which accounts for 38% of motor accidents in Nigeria. The impact has stunned us all as expected. It works. Within the first 24 hours of execution, it was observed that motorists were puzzled by the lifelike design of the zebra crossing. Now, this led them to slow down and stop their cars, allowing school kids as well as adult pedestrians to cross the streets with ease of mind. Some people even went to ask the school where we painted it if it really works. And of course, the school confirmed to them that it works, that they watch motorists stop because they are stunned by the real life, lifelike design of the zebra crossing. Now, moving beyond its physical location, the buzz it received on social media alone was another medium of sensitization to drivers on zebra crossing. We were featured both locally and internationally on reputable media platforms like CNN Africa, and of course a lot of celebrity Instagram pages and influencers and on Twitter. And the truth is, it gave it a fresh avenue to make impact on people who have not even seen it live. Now, I believe that the next time they see a zebra crossing, they will recall this one and do the needful, because what we have even done has brought to people's attention that zebra crossing must be respected. Even the official handle of the Federal Road Safety Corps confirmed it is a welcome idea that works. The truth is that it is an idea we would like to spread across the country. We are open to brands who are interested in taking this initiative to the next level. We cannot wait for the government to do everything, and that's the truth.
Never stroll on zebra crossing. Traffic rules demand that drivers stop when they see pedestrians walking on zebra crossing. However, they will not stop. They will continue driving. So, to be on the safe side, it is better you run when using the zebra crossing. Be mindful. Avoid anything that reduces your vision and hearing. This is for those who wear dark glasses and plugs in their ears. Be cautious. When crossing the road, a vehicle can come from nowhere. Be at alert. Drivers feel they own the road, hence they rarely stop for any pedestrian to cross the road. So you should wait until the road is clear before you cross to the other side. Learn to use the pedestrian bridge. If there is a pedestrian bridge provided, you should make use of it. It's an offense not to use the pedestrian bridge, and you could be arrested for not doing so. Be seen, be safe, wear bright-colored clothes when walking, especially if you are taking a jog or strolling as exercise in the night, so drivers can see you, or carry some reflective materials so you can be seen. Be safe on the road.
I want to believe that more innovations will come up to ensure safety on the road, both for the pedestrian and driver. If you have any other creative innovation on how to improve safety on the road, you can contact the program on our social media handle on Twitter at RoadMattersNTA, or send a mail to roadmatters@nta.ng. Looking forward to the feedback. This is where we end the program today. Until the next episode, I am Fatima Umar. And as a pedestrian, think before you cross that road. Bye-bye.